Hello, hello. Hey guys. So, I think this past week was really the longest week of my life, and I was trying to think of topics that I really wanted to talk about because I was just like, I could talk about this, but that's a little too federal, or I could talk about this, but then I don't really have much to say on the topic. Maybe I'll cover a couple of different ones. I don't want this to be too long though. I think the first one is, sorry, I don't have to see my toe. Like she's just kind of, okay, we'll just put it down. Like she's kind of. The first one is gonna be, so yesterday I was, okay. Yesterday I was telling my friends, I was like, yo, I think I'm considering getting a roommate. And I've been apartment hunting, like slightly. I've been apartment hunting online since like February. But I went on two tours last weekend and I was kind of just like, because I want to stay within my same neighborhood and there's only like three like luxury apartment complexes that I could really choose from. Then I was like, wait, or no, yesterday I was watching, I don't know if you guys know of like the 4 and the 5, the New York girls who made their like group account, and I think it's so, I don't want to say cute because I feel like that seems like, oh, it's so cute, but like no, it's just cute, like it's adorable, like not, well, you know what I mean, like I love it, right? And I think, I don't know, I just think friendship, like female friendships are just, they're just beautiful. So yeah, I love the account. But yesterday they had a live and they were talking about two of the girls, Gabby and Madison, I believe. They are roommates and they've been roommates for 2 years. And I think that's how they initially met. I think that's what it is. But I've heard, you always hear like horror stories of roommates. And I've had roommates in college and I wasn't necessarily friends with any of them, but I felt like that was fine because I'm like, okay, it's cool, da da da. But I have heard also success stories of like, oh my god, like me and my roommate, like we're just like this. And I've always like told myself, because I'm just like, the only person I know I'd be able to live with successfully is my sister, because we grew up living together. And I'm like, how is someone else going to understand me like the way my sister understands me, or like the way we communicate, stuff like that. And I think it just all comes down to, um, I guess, being open and being willing to have like hard conversations, or also just like being your true self. Because I think a lot of times when things build up, it's because you're not fully being yourself. You're kind of holding it in and you're just like, oh, like it's whatever. But you're not showcasing how you really feel. And so that can lead to building up resentment. And then you and the person, there may be a big fallout, or someone may explode and the other person's caught off guard because they didn't even know you was feeling this way. And so I was like, well, maybe also y'all could just not be compatible, right? So it's like there's that big if, like, well, if you know we're two people who are willing to openly communicate and not afraid to like be ourselves and showcase our true selves, because like I think living with someone is just very intimate because you see like all sides of them. You know what I mean? Um, then it could be like one of the greatest things. And I feel like recently I've been so like friendship is just so like not to be like My Little Pony about it, but like friendship is just so tea. And I think um having a roommate or having a roomie uh could be, it's like I feel like it's the next step up, because you don't have to be friends with your roommate, but I would like to be, I think. And I remember one of my coworkers, she has a roommate, she was like, I really enjoy it, I love having someone to like come home to and like talk to stuff about, then watch movies together, this and the other. Now if y'all know me and y'all know how I roll, like I love doing all of that solo. Like I love coming home and talking to myself. I will stand right there and vent like just to myself, right? I'll watch everything by myself. I'll cook by myself. I'll eat by myself. And I have a spectacular time. I have a great time. But I'm also someone who likes to kind of like push myself to do things. I like to push myself to do things. I'll put myself in uncomfortable situations, not like harmful, but like just uncomfortable ones. So like let's say, um, like when I first moved here, like going to things for myself, but like things like parties and stuff like that. I can go like a lot of places by myself, but I think places where people normally go with friends, for me was kind of like, especially like parties and stuff, like so social gatherings. But I would tell myself like, hey, just try it. Even if it's awkward, even if you end up not meeting anyone, at least you can say you did it. And then it kind of wears you down to the point where you feel more and more comfortable each and every other time you go. And so I think I'm viewing this as another challenge for me to see like, hey, could I, maybe I am wrong and maybe I can have a roommate. I'm just not being open to it. And then also it would save some money. But yeah, I was like, it could be really fun and I could end up meeting someone really cool, really wonderful who could change my life. You never know. Or I could change theirs, or we could just like have a bunch of great stories to tell, a bunch of great memories. And yeah, so I think it's just harder to do that when the roommate's gonna be a stranger. You just never know what you're gonna get. And I would have to vet them well. And it is a lot more work, but I am willing to do it because again, it could be fun. Like I'm young, I'm turning. So yeah, that's how I've been thinking recently. And going back to the friendship thing, yeah, I think I've been having, I don't know, I don't know if I've been having these conversations or maybe they're just in my head, but I think I talk to my friends about it sometimes, about like my friendships with people or like my new friendships. And I think for me, kind of just realizing, I think I've learned a lot about myself actually. I think that I put, or I would like to put friendships on the same level as like romantic relationships, but I think that I do already. Oh, I think I put them above, honestly, like because I'd be so ready to be like, oh my god, like friend, and okay. So like romantically, right? Like let's say I think I was dating someone for like 2 months, like back in February, and then after that I was like, okay, cool, I'm done with that for like the next, like I'm done dating for like the next 6 months. Like it's not necessarily a priority for me, but I do really enjoy getting to meet people and learn about them, and for them to learn about me. Like I love talking, like I love talking, and that's why we're here right now, right? I love, you know, that whole aspect of life, and like it's just like you never know what you're gonna get with people, and it could be tragic, it could be bad, it could be horrendous, but it could also be like so beautiful and so wonderful. And also getting the chance to see someone for who they truly are and not just like the good parts. I think when we talk about friendships, sometimes our friendship groups, we're just always like, oh my god, we have so much fun with this and the other, but it's like, are you really there for your girls though? Like in their like hard times, like, or even if um like obviously not all the sides of people are pretty, and are you accepting of that side of your friend? You don't have to be, but I think that when you find someone who will be and is willing to like be there with you through that time, then that's like, wonderful. um but yeah, I think recently I've been thinking about that. And even when it comes to like male friendships, I've always had like male friends growing up, and I don't know, we just all hung out. Like it was never this weird, like I think my parents made it weird for me because to me they were just like, I would view them as friends. Like I think a lot of times, okay, yeah, okay, okay, but I think a lot of times we kind of like separate female and male friendships, and we're like, oh, like, you know, the things you do with your female friends you wouldn't do with your male friends. And I agree with that to an extent, but I think when I was younger, um, my friendships weren't necessarily that deep because I was just young. Like there's not much to really be, diving in. Like we can't really like. And so like they were just all friends. And I remember one time I was trying to have like mind you, I've always been like a hostess with the mostest, but I was trying to like get everyone together to go to the bowling alleys before I could drive. So of course I asked my parents, and then they were like, oh, like why are boys coming, like this and the other. And I was like, mind you, like they're saying it as if I like the boy and me and the boy about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, these are insert names here. I was like, my friends. Like I didn't view it as this big thing of like boys. It was just like, no, it's just my friends. Like my friends are coming. And then I think as I got older, like these are still my friends though, right? Like so they're, well, some of them. I think as I got older, I started realizing how, I don't want to say deep, I guess like how, is it intimate or just like how like layered my female friendships were with the girls that I grew up with. It's like 3 or 4 of them. And with the boys that I grew up with, it wouldn't necessarily be like, it wouldn't be the same effort. Like I would try to put an effort to be like, hey, all like let's all go hang out, and they would not put in that same amount of effort. And so for me, I was like, just because you're a guy does not mean I'm going to expect less of you as a friend. Like I'm genuinely good. Like I'm not saying you gotta break it down and do, like do the hokey pokey, but I'm still going to expect you to be like the basics, literally the basics of being a friend. But I'm going to expect more because I'm like, why would I allow you to treat me less than how like my female friends treat me? We just not gonna hang out because like that's just not what I, from a standard, that's just not my tea. Like that's not my tea, right? And I remember I was telling um one of my guy friends this. I don't remember much, but I remember he called me and we had like an hour-long conversation, and I really appreciate that because I think that when it comes to friendship and there not being any, like literally no romantic anything involved, I think that's something that people are afraid to do, especially when it comes to male and female, because then you're like, why would I do all this if you're not my girl? Oh, but like we've been friends since we were like 10, and you see how like we're 22 now, and it's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just kind of, that's kind of crazy to me. And so I really appreciated that because I felt like okay, this relationship means something to you. It's not just me in my head. Like it's not just me out here in the water, float, like save me, help me, like you know what I mean. So we talked. I really don't. I don't remember much, but the point of the conversation was that we've been friends for a long time, and I do appreciate having you in my life, and I would like to keep it that way. Simple, whatever. And I was like, thank you. I feel the same way. Great. And so after that, I think on both sides, it was like, oh, like if you're here, like let's hang out, or let's do this together, like stuff like that. And that's not saying we have to text every day. Like we don't text every day. We don't see each other. We live in different states because I moved to DC, like whatever. But like a lot of my friends are still in Florida. A lot of my hometown friends are still in Florida, right? So I think for me, that was one of those things that like, okay, if someone truly values like a friendship or something like that, and more specifically like my male friend, then they have the ability to showcase that or to say, hey, I care about you as a friend, I care about our friendship, I want you to know that, like I want you to know that this means something to me as much as it means to you know. And so from there, I think recently I kind of had this talk with like another one of my male friend. Okay, a male friend that I used to be friends with. I'm using friend like term loosely because I hadn't talked to him in a year because I had like personally washed my hands of it. I was just like, I do not feel like you're a good friend, and I'm not going to sit here and be treated a way that I don't want to be treated when I have other friends who would literally, go to bat. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, but then we kind of, like, we reconciled. I'm not saying that's my bestest friend. I'm not really saying that's my friend, but I think I can see, like, the effort being put in, and I appreciate it. But I'm gonna keep an eye out for Selena for sure, But yeah, as an adult, making male friends is kind of hard because everyone, especially in a big city, because they're like everybody trying to date, like everybody trying to, like I'm like, I'm not there yet. Like just give me a second, And so I tried to be clear. I think it's kind of hard. Like I'll check myself and I'll be like, because I don't flirt. Like I don't flirt. Like I'm more like a witty banter type of person anyway. So, but like I know when I'm like, So I think that even when you don't do that, like even when you're just like, if I'm talking to a guy the same way I would talk to a girl, or even less so, it can. I think men read it still as like, oh, you're interested, you want to get with me, like, da-da-da. And it's like, well, no, I just thought you were a cool person. Can I say that? Can I say you're a cool person and maybe we could, like, do something socially together? Like, I'm like, it's not necessarily that I'm trying to, get in your pants. Like, it's not that. But yeah, that's obviously been harder. And I think male friendships can be very, what's the word? Like, informative. I don't think they're necessarily necessary, but I do think they're a good addition to have. I think when you have a male friend who cares about you, and like what you have going on in life and is supportive, I think they can help you understand men, but also the society we live in general. Like, us living in a patriarchy, it's just some things I'm not going to understand or even know about unless I'm told by a man. You know what I mean? So I think it low-key helps the world go round. Like, how we gonna stick together if we only think we can communicate when there's romantic feelings involved? I'm like, no, you can genuinely think someone's a good person and that they're cool and that they're inspiring and that you're just like, wow, like, I would really like to be friends with you. It is harder, but I think as long as both sides understand what the dealioso is, I think it could be magical. It could be great. Like, I recently made a friend in January. Now, granted, this friend is so hard to get a hold of. Jesus Christ. But I think, like, with the times we have hung out, I was just kind of like, oh wow, like, career wise and like life wise, you're doing stuff that I really want to do. And so, yeah, he's older than me. It's like 2 years. I think he's gonna be 25. I don't know. But to me, it's like inspiring. It's kind of like, I don't want to say older brother vibes because I don't feel like that close to him yet. That was like right now. But it's just kind of like, oh, like, you're someone that I would like ask advice on these things about. Not everything, but on these things about, Whew, that was a lot. But yeah, I have been thinking about that recently. I was kind of frustrated because I was like, why is it so hard to, like, even when you're not being flirty, like, it's still, oh, you want to get with me? And it's like, no, well, no, I just thought you were cool. I might have thought you were funny. Like, that's really it. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's really just that. But yeah, it's kind of hard to navigate. It's kind of hard to find also. But hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna still keep. I don't know. I think I'm still keep being open to it. I think that I don't think that I necessarily have to initiate it, but I think that I don't know, we'll see. Like, that's still in the works, and I will see what the results are after the experiment has been done. Okay? So I'll come back to y'all with that. But yeah, I need to get that off my chest, you guys. Whoa. But I'm gonna go hang out with my friend in like an hour. I need to leave this place in like 20 minutes so I can catch the train. We're gonna go to Malcolm X Park. I went there like 2 days ago. It was really pretty. It was really, I love finding like little pockets of DC. Y'all know DC, like, from the top to bottom is 10 miles. Like, I knew it was tiny, but like, dang, that's like, DC is so tiny. But okay, I'll talk to you guys next time. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave a comment. Let me know how y'all feel. How do you feel about roommates? How do you feel about male-female friendships? Oh, and for all of the context, like, everything that I was saying about male-female friendship, this is in like when both the male and female are heterosexual. Because I feel like obviously, like, when it's a heterosexual female and then like a homosexual man or a gay guy, it's tea. Those be like really tea friendship. But yeah, so like that's what I was referring to when I'm talking about like male-female friendships. Because it really shouldn't be that complicated, but alas, here we are, All right, y'all. Signing out. Bye.